Hi, James. For example, like in problem 50, I say here, note that 1/2 to the -2 power equals 4. And the reason I did that was because I was able to replace the 4 up here with 1/2 to the -2 power, and that way I get this expression down here where the bases of the exponent terms are equal to each other, and therefore you're able to set the exponents equal to each other here and end up, just solving it algebraically to tell you what x is, which is what you were after in the first place. But anyway, up here I say this thing here. Note that 1/2 to the -2 power equals 4. You might have been wondering how I was able to figure that out. Actually, if you do it, it's going to be 1 over 1/2 squared, which is going to be 1 over 1/4, which is going to be 4. So you can figure out that that should be that way, but there's an easy way using your calculator to actually arrive at that value too. So I thought I'd show you how to do that using the solver function of your calculator. So let me see. Let's go ahead and turn your calculator on and clear it. Okay, so we go to the solver function, which is in math, and we just scroll down to solver here and we hit it. Okay, so we're trying to find out 1/2 to what power is going to equal 4. We determined that it was -2, but how would you know that to begin with? Well, to set it up in the solver, you would go 1/2 to what power? We're just going to call it x here, and in the solver you have to set everything equal to 0. If we were looking for 1/2 to what x power equals 4, we could just set it up that way, but since we have to set everything equal to 0 here, we have to put -4 here. So we're solving the same thing. That's the same thing as 1/2 to the x power equals 4, but here our equation is 0 equals 1/2 to the x power -4. So anyway, to solve it, you just first enter that equation by pressing the enter button, and then this thing comes up here. And the 0.75 that's there for x to begin with really doesn't mean anything. That's just what was in memory at the time. So if there's something there, just ignore it. And you want to run the solve program. It's down here where it says solve here in blue. So you have to hit the alpha key, and then you go ahead and hit solve, and it'll solve it for you. And as you see, it gives you the value of -2 here, which is the same as the value we determined over for here. So that way you know that 1/2 to the -2 power -4 equals 0, or 1/2 to the -2 power equals 4, which is what we noted right here. 1/2 to the -2 power equals 4. And because we determined that, we were able to change the 4 up here to 1/2 to the -2 power, getting this sort of equation here where the bases are equal to each other and therefore the exponents are equal. So we can set these two exponents, x -1 and -2, equal to each other, as we did down here, and then we can just finally determine x to be -1, which is the answer to problem 50. But anyway, I wanted to show you how the solver works and how to use it if you need to in the future. We might go ahead and do one more example. Let me reset the calculator. Yeah, so for example, in 54, for example, I say, note that 9 to the 3/2 power equals 27, and because of that fact, I was able to replace this 27 here with 9 to the 3/2 power down here, and then since the bases are equal, the exponents are equal to each other, and by setting it up here, you're ultimately able to solve the equation for x. But this thing up here, note that 9 to the 3/2 power equals 27. How did I know that? Well, again, it's easy to do it in the calculator. You just hit math, you go to the solver, and then in this equation you go, let me see, what was it? 9 to what power? We're just going to call that x. And now we want it to be 27, but since we have to set everything equal to 0, we have to make this minus 27. And then we enter it. And for now, x is 0, but that really doesn't mean anything. You have to go ahead and solve it first. So you hit alpha, solve, and now it's working and solving. And it comes up with 1.5, which is also 3 halves. So the answer is, 9 to the 3 halves power equals 27. So 1.5 is 3 halves. 9 to the 3 halves power minus 27 equals 0, or 9 to the 3 halves power equals 27, which is exactly what I have here. 9 to the 3 halves power equals 27. So that's how you can figure out or change the bases of both sides to be the same if you have to, and find out what exponent will get you there to do that.